guys. Now we're going to go over the position of our pelvis, or how to brace, or how to posteriorly tilt. So to try to understand your body, a lot of the times people get stuck in what's called extension posture, specifically rotational athletes. What that is just your pelvis is rolled forward, maybe your lower back's a little caved in, and then your ribs maybe are flared forward, and you have a slightly forward head. For the purpose of making your hips move a little bit better, give them a little bit more freedom. Same thing with your shoulders. It's weird, but everything is all connected throughout the body. So if my hips are rolled forward, everything up and down the chain is going to be off as well. And that's going to restrict us from good movement, whether it's a squat or some type of shoulder exercise. So we're going to go over how to reverse your extension posture, and how to brace your core, maintain a brace position, keeping your glutes engaged, and just going over breathing as well, because that's included. So we want to think about core bracing. So everything that we do is technically a core exercise because your core is always involved. The way that I typically teach core bracing is you take your thumbs, you put them on your rib cage, you take your pinkies and you put them on your pelvis, and all you want to do is think about just shortening that distance and keeping your glutes tight and engaged. Obviously, I shrink a little bit. I'm extended from throwing. Everybody's pretty much extended, but the problem is we can't go to the opposite way of flexion. We're never going to be successful in throwing or releasing out front. So now we have to learn how to do that. So like I said, we're going to keep this tight. We're going to bring our rib cage down, and we're going to bring our hips through. All right, from here, if we're going to do any type of breathing exercise, whether it's a prone bridge, a side bridge, one of your warm-up exercises, that's breathing. We want to keep that tension the entire time, and our goal is to inhale, in through our nose, and exhale out of our mouth. We have to understand that when we're doing these exercises, that when we inhale, a lot of people's ribs tend to flare up. Our goal is to try to fight that. So as we inhale, we don't want to see. We want to inhale, keep our ribs down, and try to expand in our upper back. As we exhale, our goal is to try to push those ribs down and even farther. The second thing that we want to think about is how to actually posteriorly pelvic tilt if you don't know how, if that didn't make sense for you. So what you can do is you can put your hands on your pelvis, and all I want to think about doing is rolling your hips forward. So you're trying to shorten this distance here, and then you're going to do the complete opposite and curl your hips underneath you. So if you can do the complete opposite, that's called flexion, that's called posterior pelvic tilt. That's the position that you're going to hold as well for the breathing exercise, whether it's a plank or a lunge as well, because again, that's a full body exercise. Try that out.